Welcome back. We are checking in today on a major project underway in Madison. We're also about to say hello again to a very familiar face on this show. The founders for the Center for Black Excellence in Culture hope this undertaking creates a national model. They're looking to raise $38 million to make this a reality. Now, I am joined by Dr. Alex Gee, the center's CEO and founder. I'm also joined by For the Record's former host, Neil Heinen. Now, Neil, I'm going to get to you in just a minute. But first, Dr. Gee, I would love you to paint us a brief picture of the center for those who may be just learning of it.
Sure. The center is a great space, 65,000 square feet, located on the south side of Madison to be a cultural home that tells the story of folks in this state and region from Africa, the Caribbean, who identifies African, Latino, and African American. It's a place that establishes grounding for telling our story and to give us a greater sense of belonging here. Because as you know, Black folks are leaving Madison and Wisconsin at alarming rates because there's no sense of cultural home. And we're celebrating culture because it's a way of holding us together, remembering the future. Holds us together, reflecting on the past, but directing us to a bright future.
What a fantastic undertaking. Neil, does it feel a little bit weird to be on this side of the camera?
Yeah, if I start asking questions, Naomi, just cut me off.
So, Neil, tell me a little bit about why you're specifically here as well today.
Well, you know, in a lot of ways, Naomi, this just feels like a continuation of the work that I did for 30, 40 years. There's two major elements to it. One is this is a big idea, and I've championed big ideas. I love the idea of a big civic project that brings the community together. But also as a journalist, I've benefited from Black excellence for the last 40 years. I mean, I learned from Betty Franklin Hammonds and Gene Parks and Malali Chikasa Anana and John Odom, all of these longtime Black Madisonians who have helped make the city what it is. I have been the beneficiary of all of that. And now we are at this moment in time where we need to respond to the issues in ways that we haven't in the past. And this center, to me, is one of the most exciting projects I've ever been a part of.
And so you, for clarity, you are the co-chair now of the campaign, or the campaign committee?
I am. I've known Dr. Gee for many years. He's a friend. He asked me to co-chair the Capitol Campaign Committee with Francis Huntley Cooper, and I am just honored to do that.
Fantastic. Dr. Gee, how are we doing with fundraising? I know the goal here is $38 million. Where are we at?
Well, I have to say, I am so pleased with how excited the community is about coming around an idea that is Black developed and Black led. This is fresh and new for our community. So, Naomi, in less than 9 months, we've raised over $16 million. And that's from corporations and from individuals and from foundations. And that is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. We have just gotten word about some new gifts that are in. So early next week, around Tuesday, we're going to announce some new information. But I'm excited that we could raise this kind of money in this community in such a short period of time. And we are confident that we will raise money on time so that we can break ground later this year, early next spring, and open this center in 2024.
That's got to be an incredibly exciting feeling to raise this much money in such a short amount of time.
It is incredible, but I think what's even more incredible is that the broader community is saying, let's listen to our Black friends. They've been saying what they need. We're noticing that people are leaving. Maybe we need to listen more and speak less. And so the fact that corporations and leaders are getting behind hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Black folks. We have interacted with over 800 Black people in our community to ask what they want. So to have our white allies and non-Black allies come behind us and say, we see you, we hear you, and we want this to happen because it will benefit all of us is actually a greater sense of accomplishment than the monies that we've raised, which is no small feat.
Absolutely. And this question kind of goes to both of you. I know the goal here is this is not just a massive undertaking for Madison. This is something that could potentially be a national model for the rest of the country. What exactly does that look like?
Well, I'll just jump in first. The fact that our designers are Black, that our subcontractors are Black, that our interior designer and landscape designers are Black and Black businesses. We're contracting with Black construction companies. We're creating economic impact with this. The fact that hundreds of Black people have spoken and we have listened to what they want is certainly impactful. And because this is being designed by many of us who are UW-Madison alumni, we want to show that we've stayed behind because we believe in Madison like the other folks who've come to Madison. But having the chance to shape it and for this to be Black-led, to address issues and to create solutions and not just reiterate problems is so important. And we think other states, other cities around this country will learn from us. And this will tell the accomplishments of Black people, not just in Madison, but around the entire state of Wisconsin. And in that regard, it is very unique.
And so, Naomi, to me, then that this is part of changing the narrative about Madison and Dane County in this state in terms of the disparities, in terms of the inequities, in terms of the Race to Equity report. This should be a national model for how a community responds to those issues. And I think the center is going to do just that.
Once you're able to break ground, how soon before the center opens?
Our construction company is telling us that it's about 12 to 13 months. So once we break ground, we're looking at probably a year. But what the beautiful thing is, we are starting collaborations and programs and activities now so that people already expect certain types of cultural engagement from our team. And so we will actually be offering programming before the center opens.
And it's so important, Naomi, that we do this now. I mean, This is about many things, but including the health of Black Madisonians in our community. So many people have Black Lives Matter signs up. This is a tangible sign of really believing that Black Lives Matter. This is going to have serious health impacts benefiting the Black community. And just in closing, I would just say from my perspective, why do we need this now? Why is groundbreaking so important now? Buffalo. I mean, add another reason to why something like the Center for Black Excellence and Culture is needed in our community, in our world right now.
A truly heartbreaking reminder. Last but not least, Dr. Gee, how can people open their purse strings?
They can go to theblackcenter.org, theblackcenter.org, and it's easy to give and it's easy to join up our mailing list to be updated on what's happening. We want the entire community to know that we're doing this because it will benefit the entire community. So we're at a point in the campaign where we need everyone to participate, and no gift is too small or insignificant.
Thank you both so much for joining. Neil, I kind of feel like I should ask you to come back in the studio and take over this spot.
You're doing a great job, Naomi. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. We will be right back.